Welcome back, guys, to episode 3. And before we kick off with the daily outlooks, I just want to talk to you guys on the subject of really cultivating a winner's mentality. Because as many of you know it, trading is really an expansive, ever evolving landscape, right? We're constantly learning, we're constantly growing, we're constantly adapting. And it's really a world that never sleeps, right? Where the markets are always alive and kicking with life. It's either reacting to global events in real time, and where opportunities are vast, as the challenges that come with them as well. Now, most traders diligently focus on honing in on their skills, developing their strategies and really analyzing the trends. And I'm not talking about the market trends, I'm talking about the trends of what happens often or more often than not versus what doesn't happen more often than not, to really, find their edge, and all of which are, you know, undeniably essential. Now, there's another critical component that's more often than not for people lurking in the shadows, but yet it's so pivotal to our success. And that's our mindset, right? It's the silent foundation upon which all of our decisions are built. And today, I really want to delve deep into its power and its potential to really give you guys some insight as to where you're really going to see that exponential growth. Now, when we talk about trading, guys, we often emphasize on the technical side of things, okay? The charts, the indicators, the so-called predictable models, right? But I want to shift gears for a moment and just discuss something equally tangible, and that is the power of self-belief. You see, self-belief isn't just a feel-good phase, okay, or phrase, should I say. It's a genuine game changer in the choices that we make in our trading journeys. And when a trader truly believes in their strategy and in their ability to interpret the market, they trade with more conviction. They're less swayed by the external noises and more focused, on the informed perspectives. And I just want to really share a story with you just to illustrate this, right? Once I knew a trader, his name was, excuse me, Alex, and he had the same access to the information that everyone else did. Okay. He used standard tools. He didn't have any secret strategies up his sleeve. But what set Alex apart was his unwavering self-belief. Once during, a particular volatile market phase, while many panicked and sold off, Alex held on to his position and he trusted his research and his instincts. A week later, the market rebounded, and Alex's decision led to significant profits. Now, this isn't just about one successful trade, but about the confidence in which in how Alex traded. And research has shown that traders who operate, with a high level of self-belief are less prone to emotional trading and and make more consistent data-driven decisions. Now, the takeaway from this little story here, while skills and strategies are your tools, guys, self-belief is the hand that wields them effectively. Okay. Now, one of the most fascinating aspects of trading is that traders aren't merely passive observers or participants in the vast expanse of the market. No, they are the very heartbeat of it. Okay, so every buying opportunity, every selling opportunity, every strategic pause in the market, each decision traders make actively shapes and drives market dynamics, right? And it's kind of like a vast, intricate dance where every move can change the rhythm. But beyond the broader strokes, it's really essential to understand that each trader, from the seasoned veterans, if you want to call them that, to those just starting out, brings something incredibly unique to the table. And that is their perspective, right? Each of you has a blend of experiences, insights, and instincts that no one else possesses. And it's this diversity of thought and approach that gives the market its depth and its vibrancy. So it's not just about recognizing your role in the grand scheme of things, right? But genuinely celebrating the unique value that you bring. So every time you make a decision based on your understanding, every time you trust and analyze amidst the vast amount of opinions within the market, you're essentially adding your distinct touch to the vast canvas of trading. And I want you guys to never underestimate that. Embrace it, cherish it, and let it empower you to empower, should I say, every trade that you make. You know, in the realm of trading, it's not just external market forces, we grapple with. Often the most challenging uh, adversaries are the internal mental blocks that can cloud our judgment and really hamper our progress. So I want to address a few of these on today's session. The first is, there's a omnipresent fear of failure in a lot of traders. And the weight of a bad trade, the anxiety over potentially lost money, it's paralyzing for most traders. Then there's this insidious imposter syndrome, that gnawing feeling that perhaps you're out of your depth, that others know better than you, or maybe you're just winging it, just getting lucky. And then, of course, the all-consuming act of overthinking, the drowning in the sea of what ifs, and really getting caught up in an analysis paralysis loop. But here's a silver lining, guys. These mental blocks, as formidable as they may seem, they can be overcome. And one powerful tool is positive affirmations. Starting your day by reminding yourself of your accomplishments, how far you've come, what you've achieved, what you've overcome, the bad habits that you've let go of, however small, however big, it doesn't matter. And just reaffirming your competence, telling yourself that you are capable, that you are informed, that you are growing, that you can navigate these challenges is a powerful way to really get yourself out of this overthinking phase and out of this doubt and fear. Then you have visualization, which is another potent technique. Before you take a trade, you can close your eyes and envision the steps that you are going to take, see the positive outcomes, and feel the success. And this mental rehearsal, guys, can significantly reduce the anxiety and really help you to boost your confidence. They say fake it till you make it, right? Well, this is what visualization really is. It's about creating realities, and your brain actually cannot differentiate the difference between reality and what the things that you visualize and imagine in your head. And that's science. That's not me making this up, right? Then lastly, I don't want you guys to never underestimate the value of seeking support. Having someone there to guide you, whether it be a friend, partner, relative, another trader, a mentor, just getting advice can just reassure you. It can be transformative. Someone can serve it in terms of supporting you as kind of like a touchstone, right? Reminding you that every trader has faced these hurdles, and at times they can be, they can be surmounted. We can overcome these. In the end, remember, trading is much a mental game as it is a strategic one, right? So cultivating a resilient mindset is half the battle won. So in our journey, guys, as traders, it is paramount to recognize a fundamental truth. With the right mindset and sustained effort, okay, every single one of you not only are capable of success, but you're truly entitled to it. And this entitlement isn't born from arrogance, okay, or wishful thinking, but from the belief that when we align our thoughts positively and put in the work, the path to success becomes clearer for you and more attainable. But I really want to, redefine what success means in this context, okay? Because it's really easy to, it's easy to equate success solely with profitable trades or, hitting certain financial benchmarks. Now, while those are obviously undoubtedly important and rewarding, the true essence of success in trading goes beyond just numbers. You know, it's about personal growth that comes from navigating the market's highs and lows. It's about the invaluable lessons learned from every trade, be it a win or a loss. And most importantly, it's about the resilience that we build over time, the ability to bounce back, recalibrate, and really push forward with even more determination. So as you continue this journey that you're on, guys, in this vast ocean of trading and opportunities and distractions, know this: your efforts, your learnings, and your mindset are crafting your unique success story. Every trade, every decision, and every reflection are chapters in that story. And remember, success isn't just the destination, okay? It's the entire journey. It doesn't end until you die. So in wrapping up, today's discussion, I just want to make sure that you understand the crucial points here. Firstly, by recognizing that trading isn't just about market trends and strategies, but it's also deeply interwoven with your mindset. We also looked at the mental blocks like the fear of failure, imposter syndrome, and the tendency to overthink. But we also shed light on the ways to overcome these challenges, from positive affirmations, from visualizations to invaluable role models or mentorship. And then most importantly, we kind of underscored the true essence of success in trading. It's not just about profitability, okay, but about your personal growth, your resilience, your ability to continue pushing through even during the hard times. The journey of what I like to call learning. So as you continue this journey, guys, and you move into tomorrow, I just want to urge every single one of you just to take a moment to introspect. Access not just your trading skills, but also the mindset with which you approach this craft. Remember, the two go hand in hand and one complements the other. So that's my conversation today. Let's look at the markets, guys. So let's talk about the trade I took first, which was on Euro USD. Something tells me here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's add Euro USD to this and get this over here. Okay. So yesterday we spoke about Euro USD. This is a trade I took today, right? And we spoke about this yesterday. We said that, or we spoke about this since Monday, actually, regarding the strength of the dollar or the weakening of the dollar, actually, because we saw most of the USD pairs bottoming out. Now, what we're starting to see is these intraday trends creating these higher highs and higher lows. And we said, look out for this continuation of this USD weakness. Okay. Now, we saw this resistance level being formed yesterday. We hadn't quite broken above this by the time we released the episode 2. But we said if price fails to break this, then we'll be looking for price to come back and then look for a bounce. And if price finally breaks above this, then we'll be looking for that retest and that continuation. That is exactly what happened, guys. The USD is clearly showing signs of weakness, and we are pushing to the upside and continuing to push to the upside. And at this moment in time, we are starting to break above 0608. Okay, so this is what we've been waiting from the start of the week. We finally got there, and we can see that there's a lot of bullish volume in the market. Now, in terms of this trade here, it was a pretty simple trade. If you look at this from an intraday perspective, we see that the behavior of the market had finally broken above these structural highs. So that's what we're looking for here, right? Price to break above these structural highs. Then we have the intraday trend to the downside. So this is indicating that bearish sentiment during the period that I am trading as an intraday trader. Then you start to see price creating that failure to make new lows, multiple wick rejections. So this is bearish candles attempting to close bearish and failing with these wick rejections. And then you have this initial momentum shift. Let's clear the drawings again. You have this initial momentum shift, this retest at this level. So you can call this double bottom pattern on a strong 4H level here. And then what we're looking for is that shift to break above the high. This changes the trend. This breaks the brick wall. And then as you can see here with this trade, I simply just targeted back to the structural highs. Okay, that is it. Keeping it super simple on Euro USD. This was a 1 to 4.5 risk reward ratio trade. I hope you guys were able to take advantage of this. If you didn't, don't worry. There'll be many opportunities to come. Let's look at our first pair, and that's pound JPY. I've kind of mixed them around. I had to restart, update my computer, and as you know, this gets cleared out. So they're in all different orders right now, but we're going to first look at pound JPY. Now, we said that we saw the weakness in the dollar, right? If we break below 81.23 here, we continue down. If we stay above it, we continue back to the upside. And that's exactly what's happened. Since the market opened, we gapped down. We're now filling that gap after retesting this level. Remember, I spoke about retesting this level. And now we have that momentum shift to the upside. This is obviously a sign to us that yen is showing signs of weakness. Pound is showing signs of strength. Pound USD is also adding confluence to that idea here as well, with USD weakness and pound strength. So we have this intraday higher high, higher low formation. So this is a trend to the upside. And then on pound JPY, we have this higher high, higher low formation, which is an intraday trend to the upside. What am I looking for here? Well, it only makes sense that I look for continuation buys from a price action perspective, because as far as I'm concerned, the sentiment is indicating a strong pound, a weak yen. And personally, what I'd like to see moving into tomorrow is for price to break above these highs, look for some sort of retest, and then look for that continuation. Okay. My levels don't need to change. I have a reaction level here, area here, and a reaction area here. I'm not looking for price to break this area because I don't want to face this as being some sort of resistance. So if, again, through the Asian session, we can pick up that volume and momentum, break above these areas around 182.94, look for that retest and continuation, then that's exactly what I'm going to be looking for in terms of my plays tomorrow. If we start reacting to these levels, I'm not going to be looking for sales immediately. I'll be looking for the confluence across the board to see if USD JPY is pushing to the downside. Is the yen strengthening for the day? Is pound USD reversing at some of these structural highs? And then we can kind of change the narratives and stories that we're building up now. But as of now, it only makes sense that we look for the 182.92 break, look for that retest and a continuation to the upside. Moving over to pound USD, you can see now we are finally breaking above some of these structural highs. For precautionary measures, I will just move this here. I know that we have just broken above these highs. Actually, we can hold this as a strong level, this being the reaction, this being a reaction, this being the reaction. Yeah, this is fine. So yeah, I mean, this is what we're looking for in pound JPY. We have just broken above the high here. We're looking for price to sustain this area. And then if we get a retest of this area, we'll be looking for that retest off of this level tomorrow, either from a high time frame perspective, like we saw today on Euro USD, okay, holding from a 4H perspective, or we're going to be looking for the intraday plays, moving more towards London Open tomorrow morning. But as of now, the market's looking good. We have strong signs of pound strength to support pound JPY. We have strong signs of USD weakness to support pound USD, Euro USD, Aussie dollar USD, and potentially gold when we take a look at it. So this is a great sign. There's no other plays that I'm looking for. I don't want to see price come back to these levels, because if price comes back here, there's a high chance that it will take a day or two. The whole shift, the whole narrative will change, the behavior will change. And yeah, I'm just not looking for that. I'm looking for sustainability above this structural high. Look for that retest and that continuation on pound USD. Now that we know that USD is weak, we are looking for continuation buys on Euro USD as well. We have a really nice structural formation here, higher highs, higher lows. We have a very strong level in the market around 0.608. At the moment, we haven't broken it. We're attempting to break it. That really doesn't matter. What we're looking for is a strong break to the upside. The markets, from a behavioral perspective, are really illustrating to us that USD is showing signs of weakness. We had this strong bearish candle to the downside. It wasn't able to sustain. You can see the huge rejection, and that's that buying power that's in the markets right now. So if we can hold above 0.608, and we can find that sort of retest of this level and that intraday trend change, behavioral change, then we're just looking for continuation buys all day long. But as I said, for a Monday, we're looking for this break above the high. We're starting to do it now, guys. We created that higher low, and just everything is looking up right now. So let's see what happens. That being said, Aussie dollar also should be moving to the upside. And we said from Monday, we're looking for the break of these highs around 63.85. That's exactly what's happened. Whether you got a retest here or not, I'm not going to start scaling down to intraday timeframes right now. But the point is this, we have broken above. Okay. Now price is starting to create its own support around these areas. At the moment, we're a little bit too far away. So in order for a tradable opportunity, seeing as we create this intraday range here, what I'd like to see is that sustainability of this bullish sentiment. Okay, I want to see price continue to push above this during the Asian Frankfurt session into the London session. Look for that retest continuation, and then just see if we can keep this move back to the upside. But the bias hasn't changed. We have a new level here at 64.20, so look out for this one, guys. And let's see if we have that continuation. Now, at the start of the week, we saw the weakness in the USD. It's played through. We saw the weakness in the yen. It's playing through. Technically, USD JPY should still be stuck in that range, and it is. Okay, so as I said, if you have two strong pairs or two weak pairs that come together to form this currency, USD JPY, USD dollar JPY, then you more than likely will see price moving sideways. What did I say in a range? We sell from the highs, we buy from the lows. And I mentioned that if this price action comes back into this level after these strong bearish moves from yesterday, right? I said to you, wait for price to come back into this level. Let's see if we get a momentum shift. And what are we looking for here? Well, exactly that, right? Or what are we looking at here? Exactly that. You have this strong trend to the downside. You have price tapping into this area. So now that's an indication of that strong bearish sentiment depleting. And then I said, wait for price to break a structural high. As you can see here, a structural high. Look for that shift in momentum, which is a structural high, higher low. And then once you get that information, guys, you look for the break of the high or however you want to enter it, stop loss below, and then you're looking for your targets to the upside. We've pulled back. We're stuck in a range, but nevertheless, guys, this is what you're looking for here. And this is a great opportunity, or sorry, a great example of how we trade from key levels whilst using intraday information to indicate to us that there's a depletion, a trend that's ending, or that there's going to be a reversal. So take that on board, okay? Let's go back to the 4H. In terms of what we're seeing now, guys, well, we're coming back to these lows. So again, for me, I'm just looking for a bounce off of these lows. If we continue to see a weakness in the yen and a weakness in the dollar, I'm looking for a bounce off these lows anywhere in this range around 148.25. And if we start to break it, then obviously we start to bring that pitch together and we start to say, well, maybe GJ's not going to go up. Maybe the yen is strengthening. Maybe we are going to start pushing back to the downside. Maybe we're not going to break these highs and sustain the break, or not even sustain. Maybe we're not going to break 182.91 because we're getting early signs of that bearish sentiment, which can indicate that yen strength. If we come back to these levels and we fail to break after a 4H close or two 4H candle closes, there's a chance we might come back down. And that's how you bring the information together. Because if the yen's strong, the yen's strong. If the dollar's strong, the dollar's strong. If the pound is weak, the pound is weak. It just is what it is, okay? That's how the market works. So let's look out for this. I'm still looking for the bounce. If we break it, then we break it. But I'm looking for the bounce. And again, don't just jump into buys. Look for the intraday structures to start shifting, to start seeing that depletion, that bearish sentiment, and that bullish sentiment kicking back in. Finally, let's look at Goldilocks, and we have continued to push the upside. I said to you guys yesterday, we started a mini range. USD is weak, and if we break above 1852 and we close above, there's a very high chance we continue bullish. That's exactly what's happened, right? Now, not sure if any of you would have taken this trade because it was probably out of hours for most of us, but what are we seeing now? That area in the market where price was failing to break on 1, 2, 3, 4 occasions. So we're talking about 16 hours here of information. We finally broke above. We continued that bullish sentiment. We can't continue bullish without a pullback, right? Because that's how the market works. What has happened? We have that pullback back into that support level. And what do we see? A bullish move off of this level. How do we know it's going to be pushing bullish off of this level? We'll look at here. Strong bearish candle, wasn't able to sustain, closes a pin bar. So now we take this as a strong level in the market. We look at the behavior of the market here, and what do we see? The end of a downtrend, multiple areas in the market where price is failing to break. We now know that there's a new 4H candle that has opened. Let's remove this. We know that there's a new 4H candle that's opened. We're looking for price to break a structural high here. And then on the new 4H candle, what can we do? We can look for, I don't know, a break of the high here. Something like this. Now, 60 pips is not the kind of game I play personally, or way too big for me. So I'll be scaling down. But this is the kind of idea you'll be looking at here. Okay, something like this. We're not going to start scaling down and sharing strategies here and doing all of that on these sessions. This is for the market outlooks and for the little bit of a motivation in the beginning. But something like this. This is a great play, okay, for you guys. Looking to take advantage of the new 4H candle and the shift once it comes back to this level after creating the level, holding the level and shifting, double bottom pattern here. And then now what do we expect him? We'll come back down to the 4H, look for first targets in and around these levels here. Look for something like this. And then if we have sustainability of this bullish sentiment, then we start extending our targets back to some structural highs in anticipation of a continuation to the upside. Anyway, guys, that's the reviews, okay? The outlook's still looking strong. We made some good predictions. I hope you're able to take advantage of them. And I definitely hope you're learning something from these episodes. Until tomorrow, guys, take care, take it easy. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.